has been delayed at its departure point. Apologize for any inconvenience.
Are you serious? It took us over an hour to get here, 2 hours going through security and getting our tickets, and now we have to wait another 2 hours.
Yeah, it's beautiful here, but we're inside this overcrowded airport all day because the plane is stuck in bad weather.
This is the last time we ever do this. When we get back, we're going to Ocala Aviation and getting our pilot's license.
Yeah, we've been talking about that long enough. It's about time we did it. Then we could just fly ourselves and never have to deal with this mess again.
Right. No long lines, no full body groping security, no baggage checks.
Not to mention never losing your luggage. Remind me again why we haven't done that?
Well, we're idiots.
Oh, right.
Attention all passengers for flight 1370. It looks like the plane is going to be delayed a little bit longer. The airline has lost the pilot's luggage. Isn't it time you got your pilot's license? Call Ocala Aviation today. 352-861-7484. That's 352-861-7484. Hey, you've earned it. Call today. Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
All right, 5 minutes after 10 o'clock, beautiful Wednesday out there. Before our next guest came in, I was thinking about last December when you and I had put an invitation out to the community, Robin, to have people who are musical to come in and play some Christmas songs for us. And we had such a really, really good turnout. We had some really amazingly talented people come into the studio. Some of them have come on to be friends and have done albums, and it's amazing how that all worked out. It made December really fun for us because we had, I think we had a musician every day for a while there, right?
It was fun.
And so we have a musician in here right now, and he just told me that he had actually submitted one to that event, but I guess we closed the page or something, and whatever it is, and we'll do it again I guess on Thanksgiving we'll open it up again. Carl Page is in the studio. This is what my notes say about you, Carl. It says you are a Salt Springs singer and songwriter whose original songs are played on the radio in over 40 countries. They are. Well, let's put them in this one. You are a trop rock artist. You're going to explain that in a little bit. It means tropical Americana. You perform regularly all over Florida. You performed on cruise ships. Oh, that's got to be fun. You performed at Margaritaville on Grand Turk Island. Your song Key Lime Wine reached #1 for the month of August last year.
Oh, how cool is that?
Oh, nice. And you're a member of the Trop 40 #1 Club, and you are a Trop Rock Music Association ambassador, where music meets the beach. Okay, I read all my notes there right now, and now let's have some fun. Carl Page, it's nice to meet you. Thank you for coming in.
It's so good to see you. Really, thank you so much for inviting me into your studio.
Oh, you're welcome. So, and you live in Salt Springs?
We do live in Salt Springs. My wife Mel and I live in Salt Springs, and
was your wife in here? Was she in here?
No.
Okay.
No, but she was a CEP ambassador for 3 years. Maybe you've met her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, excellent.
But my friends Callie and Megan were in here a few weeks ago playing music, and they had They had thanked me from Angie Lewis State Farm. They had thanked me for helping them somewhat in music, and they said, "Hey, Carl is the local trop rock musician, and you all were just like I was when I heard that term. What is trop rock?" And the person who brought it to my attention is Clint Lewis, and he.
Oh, okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Clint Lewis.
Does he play?
He has a ukulele.
Okay.
That's okay.
He's in Hawaii.
Does he sing? Does he sing? No? Okay.
Depends.
Does Angie?
Angie sings.
How come she never came in here to sing?
Let's hit her up on that.
All right. So tell me about yourself. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, Clint Lewis told me, he gave me one of the greatest compliments I've ever had. He said, "My dad, Reed Lewis, listens to this stuff. He's a parrot head and he listens to trop rock music." And Clint Lewis said, "Carl, you can hang with these guys as far as singing and your songwriting." It was one of the greatest compliments I've ever gotten. So Reed came and heard me play, and he goes, "Yep, you are." He goes, "You got great songs." And from that, I submitted a song to Radio A1A.com.
Oh, that's cool.
Who hosts the Trop 40 Countdown. And these countdowns are published in Trop Rockin' Magazine online and Flockers Magazine online, PH
nice.
Flockers.
Nice.
And really cool. And From there, I've become a little bit more known in trop rock, and I'm still getting my name out there. And trop rock actually has an association, the Trop Rock Music Association, the TRMA.
Where are they out of?
The director, Mark Friedman, is in Tallahassee.
Is this
But we're
mostly
all
a
over.
Florida thing? Because I saw Bertie Higgins and Jimmy Buffett on the list, right?
That's a great question. It is not just a Florida thing.
Okay.
And trop rock music is constantly evolving. Like any kind of music, it's been called tropical Americana, coastal Americana, Gulf and Western, beach cruising country, Gulf and Western, all kinds of different things. But pretty much, it's a state of mind that music takes you away, either with the lyrics or the instrumentation.
Oh, nice.
And the Trop Rock Music Association has done a real good job for fans and for musicians alike.
So would it be like a hybrid of country and like Caribbean and
Exactly, and
folk
we
and all
have
that?
we have a large thing. Bertie Higgins from Key Largo, Grammy Award winner, and on this Top 40 countdown, I've actually been on that countdown with Bertie Higgins having a song.
Wow.
And I've been on that countdown with Paul Overstreet, two-time Grammy Award winner, who just put out a great CD. And trop rock artists are independent artists. We're not represented by a record company or an agent. So those people are not represented by agents just like us, so they qualify for it.
Oh, I didn't
but-
know that. Okay,
Yes.
that's interesting.
But it's not just a Florida thing. We have a large base in Florida. We also have Texas. Brooke Graham is one of my friends in Texas. Rob Hill plays in the Pacific Northwest. We have Robin Tricker in New Jersey, well known. Percy Abel, Tim Campbell in Virginia, and all over throughout the Midwest.
So if it's a relatively new genre, it must have been welcome news to somebody like yourself, because finally there's a label for you.
I had no idea the songs I was writing was trop rock, and I really didn't know that other people felt the way I did too.
I want to learn about you, but I want to hear a song first. Can we hear
Okay,
a song?
great.
What do you got?
This is a song called Somewhere East of A1A.
All right, good.
And I started writing my own songs because when I miss a chord or forget a word, hey, that's how I wrote it. I can see my future clearly now, few miles off a sandy beach, and just a little more peace of mind now. Cell phones just can't reach, and point the compass in the morning sun for a 15-minute run and shut her down, drift away somewhere east of A1A. Out of sight of the high rise, tell a stress in my life goodbye. Faintly hear my boss call me back. Too bad I'm on a windward tack, and on a rise and see a Bahama Cay. Somewhere east of A1A. Now that Kansas snow is falling on Shawnee Mission, close my eyes, we're together again on that ocean drifting. One more month to go, just 30 days, and I'll be back in your arms somewhere east of A1A. But I'm landlocked in the heartland, traveling in a trop rock band, and you're drifting on the Gulf Stream. I'm out here chasing a dream, and tonight another gig to play, wishing I was somewhere, oh somewhere east of A1A. Oh,
Oh, wow.
Wonderful.
Thank
and you
you.
told
Thank
a
you.
beautiful story, too.
Thank you.
I love
Thank
when
you.
a song tells a story and your voice and
Thank
guitar
you.
playing wonderful.
Yeah, I could picture us sitting in Cedar Key or something listening
Oh,
to
yeah,
that,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Even though that's west of A1A. But...
Well, Cedar Key would be my song "Drifting on the Gulf."
Oh, okay.
I'll do that. I'll do that next. It's "Drifting on the Gulf."
Do that one next? Okay.
Oh,
tell
this
me,
is
Tell me
wonderful.
about yourself. Where were you born?
I was born in Massachusetts on the line with New Hampshire and lived in New Hampshire till I was 10. And I grew up in a place just south of here they used to call Miami, but it's Miami.
Oh, really?
I grew up in Miami. My
Miami?
grandparents called it Miami.
Oh, okay. And
So
and
from
how long
Miami.
did you live there?
I lived there until 18 when I went in the Marine Corps.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
And
my gosh.
I've lived in a few places in Florida. I met my wife. She was from Salt Springs, and we eventually moved back there. And we've raised 2 of our 4 kids there in
Is that
Salt
right?
Springs. Yeah.
Oh, that's
beautiful.
wonderful. It's a beautiful area, too.
We love
I
it.
just love
And what's
it.
really cool with Trop Rock, Salt Springs is known around the world because
Yeah.
of Trop Rock music.
Is that right?
Yeah, it's
Explain that.
broadcast when you're outside of WOCA listening range.
Right.
There's a lot of radio stations, and most of them are internet radio, and they're played all over the world. And I can't get that kind of coverage for nothing, man. That's great, to be able to have. To be
Sure.
played around
Yes.
people in Australia know
Absolutely.
Salt Springs
No.
because we've talked about it.
I listen to internet radio
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
So tell me about the music in you. I mean, when did that start?
It's really strange. I had always tried to play guitar and I never could. At the time that electronic tuners came out,
Oh, I have one
my
of
wife's
those.
dad had passed away. We moved back to Salt Springs to take care of him. He had an old Gibson guitar from World War II laying around.
Wow, really?
I put strings on it, and that's how I started playing.
Oh,
and
my.
it took me a year and a half to get the courage to go from the couch to the front porch. And that was probably like 13 years ago.
Oh, my gosh.
And I've written over, man, it's pretty close to 400 songs. Not all of them are somewhere east of A1A quality, but I have probably 90 songs I could do in a set.
The fact that you can say that, though,
wow.
means that
Yeah.
you have a feel for what's better than something else. When something is better than
Right,
something else, you
right.
just sort of know it, right?
Yeah.
So what's on the porch? You said from the couch to the porch.
Right.
Is there an audience out at the porch?
There was not, but my friend Bill said, Carl, man, you need to come to this bluegrass jam. We sit around and we play guitar, we take turns, and if you don't want to play, you just learn how to play guitar, and that's how I did it. And that was back then was called the Frontier in Salt Springs on
Oh,
a Wednesday
okay,
night.
okay.
And what's really cool, that place is reopened. It's the Highway 19 restaurant and music venue. They're all about music. We did a Trop Rock concert up there with myself, a guy from Cocoa Beach, Clayton Seawright, and a band from Miami called Midnight Kahuna. And that was a really cool event.
And is that, are the bands and yourself featured on the weekends or all throughout the week?
All
or how
throughout
does
the
that
week.
work?
All throughout the week. And there's a lot of radio stations, Shore Life Radio, Radio Trop Rock. There's a lot of different things. I highly recommend people check out, go to YouTube and you can look at, for myself, you can look for Donnie Brewer and Don Middlebrook and Barefoot Reggie Starrett and guys
Barefoot.
like that, and Erica Sunshine Lee and Brooke Graham and people like this that are really into Trop Rock and find what a real feel for it is.
We interviewed a guy, when you said Barefoot, you reminded me of,
Right.
I don't know if it's the same guy or not, could
Right.
be. But this was a guy, remember he was playing in one of the islands in the Caribbean,
Yes.
and he had so this was back in vinyl album days.
Right.
And he had a vinyl album, and on the back of the album, instead of writing about himself, he had it maybe, little tiny squares, and each square was a paid advertisement.
Okay.
And he sold the back of his album in order to pay for the
I love
album.
it. I wish albums were bigger now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't that a
Yeah.
great idea?
Yeah, it's a
I don't know
great
what he
idea.
charged or how much he raised,
Yeah.
but that was his back
Right.
before we had things like Kickstarter or
Exactly.
GoFundMe. That
GoFundMe.
kind
Right,
things
right,
like
right.
that.
That's a great idea. I may come up with that.
I love vinyl. Don't
Yeah.
you still? Because I'm old, I
Vinyl's
guess.
good.
I still like
Yeah.
vinyl.
I like to hear songs that have emotion, and this one, Somewhere East of A1A had an emotion to it. It gave me chills.
Thank you.
Made me
You
want
told
to go
a
to the
great
beach.
That's awesome. That's a
story,
great
and
compliment.
I love the emotion.
Thank you, thank you.
So where's
You'd asked if Trop Rock is new. Actually, the Trop Rock Music Association has been around 18 years, and it continues
really?
to grow. Right now, we're in a voting process. Questions you have on it, you can be reached on troprock.org. And
really?
yes, and fans and musicians get to vote. Also, as a Trop Rock, as a TRMA ambassador, fans can be an ambassador, and we have an award, which will be November 1st at the Key West Theater in Key West, for the best fan
Very cool.
and the best fan of Trop Rock music, and everyone gets to vote on that.
One of the cool things I think in music today is that an independent artist doesn't need a whole lot. You can have a computer, a good microphone,
Right.
and you can do a lot of good
Right.
stuff. Are you recording any of your stuff?
That's a great question. I am not Mr. Technology, and I can hear my wife laughing right now. I've recorded in three different things, three different studios, and the one I use now is actually Rob Burr from Propaganda Band.
Okay.
And him and his friend LaWayne Gabriel recorded my last song, which will be out probably around November on my CD.
Okay.
And that song's called Raindrops on an Old Tin Roof.
Oh, nice.
That's a love song about my wife. But they recorded that, and it's a beautiful song.
See, I love using music as a way to just, I don't know, get away a little bit. And so in my car, that's where I like to listen to music. And your music fits perfectly
Wow.
with the window down, with
Yes.
my elbow out the window. That's what I picture.
You have just hit it. You know, we have a diverse group of Trop Rock artists, and my friend Brooke Graham in Texas has a song called "Windows Roll Down."
Oh, wow.
Driving around, it is a cool song, man. And yeah, you hit it. That's exactly kind of how I picture it too.
When you recorded your song, are all your songs just you and the guitar, or do you have
Somewhere East of
strings or
A1A
things?
has 24 tracks on it.
Oh, okay.
And that can actually be downloaded on anything. And yeah, that one.
Where?
Has,
From where? Where would I find it?
Spotify, Amazon,
Oh,
iTunes.
really? And are they recognizing those places like Spotify and iTunes? Are they recognizing Trop Rock as a genre?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
It's under another sub-genre. So we're trying to get that changed right now. One of the things we're
Yeah, I like this idea because it
Yeah.
makes it easier to find artists like yourself.
Right. When I listed as Trop Rock. When I've gone to when I get royalty checks from CD Baby, it's under Trop Rock under that.
Nice.
I do. I
Nice.
get royalty checks.
Very cool. I want to hear. All right, let's
Have you framed one yet? The first one that you got?
I don't know. I took a
Photocopied it
picture
or-
of it. I was so
Oh, good.
overwhelmed it showed up. 6 in the morning, my wife checked the bank account. Look at this!
Wow.
Awesome.
All right, cool.
So when you go to the studio, do you use their musicians, or do you have the same musicians for backup, or do you
usually-
do it all yourself?
That's a great question. Usually what I do is I lay down the rhythm on my guitar. Sometimes they keep that, sometimes they don't, and then I sing. The last one, Raindrops on an Old Tin Roof, Robbie Burr did all the guitar playing on that. He played the bongos, LaWayne played the keyboard. I have some violins in there, some rain.
Oh, it sounds pretty.
It's really a cool
Sounds
song.
pretty.
It's
How
really a
pretty.
cool song.
I'll tell you another one. What's this
Okay.
one called again?
This is Drifting on the Gulf.
Drifting on the Gulf. Okay.
And actually, Robbie Burr from Propaganda, his dad told me about a day he spent drifting on the Gulf, and he goes, man, it was
Without
so
an
great.
engine? Like the engine was broken?
No.
Oh, okay,
No,
just-
they went out there, they shut it down.
Okay.
They just headed west, they shut it down, and every gig I play, no matter if it's country, folk, or whatever it is, this is the second song I always sing.
All right, excellent.
Knocking off early today, can't get her too soon. Told the boss I'd work till 5 o'clock, but I'll be on the water by noon. Out with my second love, Gina Gale is her name. Get the twin Mercs to push me along now, up on full plane. Set the compass about due west, couple hours or so. Let the current drift me along out on the Gulf of Mexico. Got a cold one in my hand, cooler on ice. Oh, lines are in that water, if I catch one, that'd be nice. Searched out that horizon, not another soul in sight. Never seen that heaven so close on the Gulf at night. Seas are running about 2 feet and that wind is blowing low as the current drifts me along out on the Gulf of Mexico. There's something better in life, well, I don't know what it is. Oh, them troubles just seem to go. Ain't got no worries, everything's dandy and fine. Drifting on that Gulf of Mexico. Oh, winds are freshening up a bit. There's a sloop at full sail. Just about in another world as I rock in Regina Gale. Tourist away from a cruise ship deck out of Tampa Bay. Tomorrow I'll be back at work, they'll drink rum on Half Moon Cay. That's alright, yeah, suits me fine, oh, I'll just take it slow. Let the current drift me along out on the Gulf of Mexico. Yeah, the current drifts me along now.
That's so beautiful.
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
Wow, I can
Thank
see
you.
exactly how you fit in with all those other guys you named earlier.
Right.
The ones I know. And
Yeah.
you said some names I don't know, so I'll have to do my
Very
homework on
cool,
them
check
too.
them out. They're
Yeah.
well worth checking
What was
out.
that? Was that your phone?
Yeah, it was mine. I've never done a Facebook Live video before, and it made a
Oh,
noise.
that's what you were doing, Facebook Live. Well, that's
Yeah.
cool.
Live is the best.
That's cool. And I took a snapshot of you, so I'll put that up there too. So tell me, are you, like, can we see you play someplace?
You
Is there-
can see me play.
Where
places.
are you playing?
Within the next 2 months, tonight I'll be at the world-famous Frontier, Highway 19 restaurant music venue in
Nice.
Salt Springs, and I host an open mic out there tonight. So I'll do some of my songs, and we'll get some other cool, really good jammers up there playing.
So you're hosting an open mic.
I'm hosting the
Do you ever go to the open mics?
I do sometimes. I went to Conrad Markham's open mic at O'Callahan's 2 Wednesdays ago,
Oh,
2
okay,
Thursdays ago.
okay,
He
okay.
had just started it. And I
Have
went
you
out
ever
there to
done that
support him.
one out in Wearsdale? It's an old high school. It's now, what's it called?
Orange
now?
Blossom
Oh, the Orange
Opry.
Blossom?
Yeah.
No, I haven't, but there's some really cool people that play that.
I know.
Yeah,
it seems
right?
like almost every other person that comes in
Yeah.
and does music says they
Yeah.
do open mic.
I've had gigs the
On
last.
Thursday, I think?
I have had a lot of Thursday gigs, so I haven't gotten down there. It's on a Thursday, but I'll be in. If you really want to check out Trop Rock for free, the last Saturday in October in Port Richey at Guild Dogs is what's called Pit Stop 1. And that is when the Parrot Heads and the Trop Rockers go to Key West for that last week in
Oh, really?
October and the first week in November. And that is over 20 musicians on 2 stages playing live, and it's all original Trop Rock music. And I'll be in Port Charlotte, I'll be in Islamorada, I'll be in Summerlin Key, and I think I almost have it confirmed. in
You're a
Key West.
touring musician.
I
Wow.
wish I had toured more.
So let me ask you something. In the first song, you mentioned the Trop Rock band. Do you have a band, or do you?
I have myself,
Uh-huh.
I have a duo, and I play with my friend Jordan King on occasion, who's
Okay.
the
And
best
it-
guitar player I've ever
Is
heard
that your
live.
duo person? Who's your duo person?
And my duo person is my wife, Mel.
I wondered if you sang with
She
your wife.
plays
Okay.
bongos and
Why
harmonicas.
didn't she come in here?
Oh, bongos and harmonica.
Plays
That
bongo
is
and
so
harmonica.
cool.
And we came up with that because we were splitting a lot of duo money. And I went, let's try this. And she is a big hit, and people love her. Her sound is really
Well,
cool.
Don't be a stranger. Make sure you make another appointment with Robin to come in and
love
do this
to.
again.
I'd love to.
Especially during the Christmas season.
Yeah.
We're going to do that thing again.
Yes, yes.
And we'd love to have you as part of the lineup of. And it was so amazing. We had no idea how many people were going to show up to do that.
Right,
so it was
right.
great.
Yeah, well, when you have a community like Marion County and they pull together on something like that. It's really cool.
Yeah, one of the cool things I like about doing local radio is that I
right.
can get to do this. Yeah.
Yep.
And how do we know about your upcoming performances and gigs? How do we
After
find out?
September 7th, my website will be up, carlpagemusic.com. Right now, they can hit me up on Facebook under Carl Page.
Oh,
And I
nice.
have another Facebook page, Key Lime Wine, singer-songwriter.
Oh, nice. I love that.
And that was actually my number one song. That got me in the Trop 40 number one.
That is awesome. It's so fun to get to meet somebody who's doing good things with something they love. Carl Page, what a blessing you are to us. Thank you for sharing your talents with us. Can I, let's see, you said there's no website, but is there a Facebook page?
There's
or
a
something?
Facebook page.
And what do I do? What do I look for?
Look for Carl Page, a guy with a guitar.
All right, Carl Page. You want to take us out?
I will.
All right.
This is a little key lime wine, and there really is key lime wine.
It won't be the whole song, just until we get to the news, okay?
Right. Carl said, bring your guitar up this little road down in the country and hang a ride into nowhere. There's vineyard and winery, but I couldn't help but think another place, another time. When I had a sip of their key lime wine. Oh, it took me to that day. Watched the cruise ship sail away, and we laughed, strolled around old Key West town. And we walked hand in hand, made love off in that sand, as a gorgeous sunset went down. Yeah, it takes me to that special place, if only in my mind, when I had a sip of their key lime wine.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source. Here is your 1-minute news brief. The Appleton Museum of Art has a new director. Museum officials announced yesterday that Jason Stuber will take over for Cindy Morrison, who had